Hello Aquarius, welcome to your weekly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the week of March 12 through 18. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each card and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I'm providing. Okay? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is the Magician, Magus, Mercury card. It's a pretty good way to start a reading. Let's put that into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. And as I do that, I just want to say if there's anything you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. I do read every comment. Okay? Now we're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is the card that we do not reveal until the very end of the reading, so you do have to stick around until the end. And hopefully that will, tie everything together and give us the confirmation we need at the end of the reading. All right. So, looking around, we see that Magus or Mercury energy, which I love. We see some earth, some air, and some water. That's pretty good. We see some majors, some air and some water court cards. We have a lot of court cards here. What we don't see is any fire. There's no real fire here. Mystery card's going to be some fire. Guarantee it. But let's get into this now. First, we've got this Magus or Mercury energy. You are someone who has this really kind of wild ability to convince people of whatever you want them to believe. I think that you're someone who is very careful with what they tell people. And what I mean is that whenever you tell someone, they're going to believe it. And not only that, it's not just like they trust you and they think you're telling the truth, but they're going to really believe that thing to be true. You could tell them that, the sky is purple or whatever, and they'll believe it to be true. Okay, you have that tremendous influence over people. I think that you've realized over the course of your life that you need to be very careful with how much you reveal about yourself to others. I think you've become very aware and very cautious about how you communicate with people. I think that your honesty has sometimes gotten you into trouble. Okay. It kind of goes back to that kind of ancient dilemma of, how ethical is truth, right? How important is it to always be honest? Well, what if your honesty is hurting other people or is, leading other people to do things that are injurious or harmful, right? So is it unethical or is it wrong for you to tell a little white lie, a little fib, if it's going to be for somebody else's benefit? That's kind of the dilemma, and I don't know the answer. I have no idea. I think it's something that you wrestle with, right? How much do people really want you to be honest with them? Do we really want complete 100% honesty all the time? I don't think that's even possible. I think to do that, you'd have to literally just be stream of consciousness, speaking everything that's on your mind 24 hours a day. And I don't think that's possible. I don't think anybody wants that. So I think these are things that you've realized over your life, and I think that you're very much aware how your words affect people, and also how words are power, especially information. Your honesty or how much you reveal about yourself has sometimes gotten you in trouble. I think that you are a very honest person. I think you're kind of learning that it's not always the most wise thing to be completely honest all of the time, because I think it's kind of gotten you in trouble before. And that's kind of what we're seeing with this Five of Swords here. I think this is kind of a dilemma. This is, You know, this is someone in your life. I think there are a lot of people in your life, but I think with this, we've got earth, air, water, we've got everything but fire. A lot of court cards down here. So I think there is maybe a particular group of people or a particular someone, or maybe like your family members at home. Maybe this is your group of friends, maybe people you work with. I think that there is an issue here with honesty and truth and information. Okay. I think that maybe someone in this group, or maybe the group as a whole, wants your honest opinion. They keep telling you, just be honest with me. You don't quite believe that they want that, you know. I think that life is very easy right now. The relationships that you have with these folks, these family members, friends, coworkers, it's a very smooth, easy, harmonious, happy relationship. You're not sure if you should really tell them that thing, that truth, reveal that information, because it's going to perhaps lead to some trouble. Okay? So I think that's the dilemma here. Are you required to be forthcoming and tell them this thing, whatever it may be? I have some ideas, but I don't want to go into detail. I think the details are going to be different for all of you. There is something that you know that this other person does not know. And that's where your issue lies, because you feel that it's going to hurt them, it's going to lead to some trouble or some pain, and you're not sure if it's something that they actually want to know or need to know, or if it's better for you to kind of keep this peace, keep this easiness, this flow, this harmony. This is everybody getting along. This is a really happy relationship, you know. But there's still this truth that's behind this, that maybe this wouldn't look so happy if all of this information was revealed. If it was out in the open, maybe we wouldn't feel so good about things. Maybe it wouldn't be such a happy, easy, joyful relationship. So I almost feel like one of your friends or family members, you know some information that really will affect their relationship, either with their people or with you, or all of it, you know. So it really is it something that needs to be revealed, you know? And that seems like a pretty sticky situation, honestly. We see, let's go up here we'll continue with this water energy, the Nine of Cups. I think you're so torn because you believe in truth and honesty and all these things, but you also believe that being happy and being fulfilled and being healthy is kind of more important than knowing everything. You know what I mean? Like it's almost, I don't want to say ignorance is bliss, but it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. If everyone is healthy and happy and feels good and is having a positive experience, you don't want to ruin that. You know? You keep everyone's happiness in mind. And this person, this friend, family member, whoever it is that we're talking about, you want them to be happy. And they seem very happy now. So you don't want to spoil that. Right? At the same time, maybe they wouldn't be so happy if they knew what was really going on. So in a sense, yeah, you'd be spoiling this kind of false happiness that they have now. But see, that's where the dilemma lies. And I don't know that there's really a solution to this, to be honest with you. We don't see much of a solution in these cards. And now we're going to go into all of these court cards. And, you know, this could be talking about there really being maybe an air sign person. It could be that they're an air sign person, primarily air. Okay? Because we see mostly the air sign in the immediate future. We see this Knight of Swords. This could be this air sign person really coming at you and asking you, looking you in the eye and saying, okay, is this true? What's really going on? Kind of putting you on the spot, you know? And as far as the reaction goes, I don't know. Leading directly from that card to the Path of the Serpent, we've got the Prince of Cups. This is someone, generally, who has a very friendly, very believable interface, right? Their mask, their persona is someone that people will trust and people will believe in, you know? But inside they harbor a secret. They harbor this kind of maybe selfish ambition or desire, okay? This card's in the position of your general energy. So I wonder, forgive me if I'm wrong here, I wonder if part of your reluctance to reveal the truth here is because there's some secret benefit to you in either keeping this information secret or, you know, there's some secret hidden ambition of yours that is going to benefit from you keeping this kind of very friendly mask on the outside, this very pleasant, trustworthy interface. Okay? And that leads me back to the Path of the Dove and this Prince of Discs or Pentacles. There is, I think, some reason for you. It's there's some benefit. This is some earth energy, so it's something that you are physically benefiting from in the world, in your daily life, in your kind of horizontal world, right? There is a reason in there to keep this information concealed. Okay, you're trying to keep this information underground because you're profiting from it in some way. Okay, and again, forgive me if I'm wrong. And it could just be that you're profiting from it because of all of this joy and harmony that you experience with this person and in your life, in your relationship with them. You're being a little selfish because you don't want to lose this good time, this happy friend that you have, right? So it could be, that could be the extent of it. You know, you enjoy this person, you enjoy the fun that you have, the easy, joyful relationship that you have. You don't want to lose that, right? So that's giving you a little bit of a reason to keep the really truth of the matter concealed. Okay, it could be a little bit deeper than that, though. Okay, let's be honest here. No pun intended. The next card is this Princess of Swords. I think you are struggling with this. It is maybe that you start to kind of tell the person, then you pull back. This could be an indication from the other person that they seem like they really want to know. Then at other times they're just like, oh, never mind, don't tell me. You know, I feel like there's some moving forward and pulling back with this Princess of Swords. Okay. And I do think that it's an air sign person that we're talking about. They may have an L in their name. Their name may begin with either an A or an L. Getting both of those, maybe first and last initial or something like that. The fear, worry, and concern is that you're going to cause a lot of headache, heartache, trouble. Okay, there are some kind of definite consequences to this information getting out. And it could be, you know, this could be someone getting fired. It could be a divorce. It could be a breakup. It could be some kind of legal ramifications. But there are definite consequences here. And you aren't sure if it's really worth it. Okay, for all the reasons and stuff, all the energies that we already discussed, you know. So this is, you know, this is the consideration. And this is also kind of your regret if you don't reveal this information or, you know, whatever this is. There's going to be kind of this guilt that's on you. You know, you're going to kind of feel bad about that in the future, that you know, are you going to take this to your grave? Is this something that you're going to have to just kind of live with for the rest of your life. Is this offending your own kind of sense of right and wrong? You know? So this card is also talking about just the kind of ethical dilemma that you're going to have to deal with. You know? How are you going to handle kind of being responsible for this information for however long into the future? You know, there are some definite consequences to pretty much any decision you make is going to have some very like hardcore results and consequences, you know. Let's go to the last card here, this devil energy. It's kind of telling me that you are going to do, the kind of the selfish thing. You're going to do not the easiest thing, but you're going to do the thing that has the most positive benefits that you can kind of muster up, you know. You're going to maybe swallow your pride, swallow your ethics a little bit in order to keep things moving in a positive direction, right? And I'm trying to find the right words here, but this is, you're choosing the path of the least damage, right? The kind of, the easiest way up the hill. You're kind of trying to find the best way to do this where it causes the least amount of grief or trouble. And this could be by you really holding on to this for the sake of everyone else, you know, like feeling like it's really, you're kind of, you're taking one for the team kind of thing, you know. And then with this, I'm also getting, you know, like I said, that A and that L initial. That could be the other person involved or in some ways related to the situation. And I almost wonder if this is kind of maybe related to some infidelity. Okay, and I don't want to get too deep into the details. If you want to share in the comments how it's resonating with you, please do that. That's up to you. But I don't want to go too far into the details except to say that there may be a component of infidelity here somewhere. Okay? And again, use your own intuition to connect the dots and to see how these apply to your specific situation. Okay? We're going to look at the mystery card now. Because I think what we need really is some fire energy. I think that it is... there's a lot of this water here. There's a lot of these court cards. There's a lot of this kind of uncertainty with how we're going to handle this information, this communication. So there's some overthinking here. There is some kind of, we're looking at all of the reasons why we shouldn't do this, or we have a decision that we kind of want to take, and we're looking for reasons why we should. We're kind of cherry picking the info here. So I feel like what we need is some fire. We need some inspiration. We need something to kind of get things moving and to just say, look, make a decision, take some action right now, and come what may. You know, it's like just, you know, close your eyes and on the count of 3, say out loud what you're going to do. And it's just, there's no thinking involved. It's just what your spirit, what your soul, what your impulse just says is the right thing to do. And just we'll blurt it out. Okay. So I think what we have here is some fire. And I think it's fire that needs some expression. It needs some communication. It needs to be flowing outward. It could be maybe a 9 of Wands. I'm thinking more like an 8 of Wands, though, which is just abrupt communication. It's just like, don't think, don't plan it, don't debate, don't make these considerations. Just get the person on the phone and say it. You know, this is just on the count of 3, blurt out whatever it is that you need to reveal. Okay? But I don't know. I mean, the tarot can't make decisions for you. And I say that all the time. It's not, it's not a situation where these cards are telling you what you should or should not do. It's just trying to give you a sense of what energies are involved here and what the considerations are, what the motivations are, what the likely outcomes could be, and the way that you might be able to tap into your own energy to make the decision. So, on the count of 3, blurt out what you feel you should do in this situation without thinking about it, without debating. Yeah, here's the 8 of Wands. I knew it was going to be this card. This is swift decision, just right now, quick. What are you going to do? 3, 2, 1, go. And there's not a lot of overthinking here. This is about, you've got to draw the bow, shoot the arrow, and then it's going to fall where it falls. You're doing what you feel is the right thing. And again, the tarot's not telling you which thing is the right thing. But it's a matter of just doing it and letting the chips fall how they will, letting the arrow find its target. You've got to do what you feel is the right thing. And that's, that you can at least be satisfied that you fulfilled your responsibility, your duty, your sense of truth and justice and whatever. Regardless of the consequences, you've got to do the right thing according to your own will, your own personal kind of code of ethics, And the 8 of Wands here is just saying basically that. Just let the arrows fly, see what happens. Okay? And those arrows are you doing what you feel in your heart of hearts is the best thing for you to do. Okay? And I don't think this reading is biased one way or the other. I think the important thing is for you to decide what is right for you in this situation, according to your own personal code, right? And then do it. And don't debate, just do it, Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link that's right up here. And you can have access to all of the extended readings. We do them for the weeklies and for the monthlies, for all signs. You'll have access to all of them. So, thank you very much for letting me read for you. This was your weekly tarot reading from March 12 through 18 on Dove and Serpent Tarot.